My name is Yane, or Jane. I think Yane sounds much nicer. I am here today. I'm going to present in English because my Estonian, in fact, is terrible. So I apologise. I'm here to share with you the final intellectual output for this project and the work that Associate Professor Tim Corney and Victoria University, as well as the Professional Association, so the Youth Workers Association in Australia, have been working on, which is a practical resource for youth workers to be able to embed reflective practice into your everyday work. So, just to give you a little bit more background, Ilona has already stated, we have government and non-government organisations from all over the world that have been advocating for the professionalisation of youth work. Indeed, the European discussion on youth work, the report 2015 to 2020, as well as the Commonwealth Youth Programme, this represents the 54 countries of the Commonwealth, have also been advocating for the professionalisation of the youth sector. What that means in practical terms is the development of professional associations, the development of occupational standards or tertiary studies for youth workers, professional training, as well as the development of codes of ethics. Now, this provides a really strong foundation for youth workers to be able to work well with young people in their everyday work. The surveys were telling us that youth workers were wanting some tools and methods to be able to make those ethical decision-making processes in their work. So we have the final intellectual output is going to be a manual or a guideline of how you can embed the code of ethics into your work and use reflective practice as a method to be able to unpack those scenarios in your everyday work, to continue to build on your professional practice. So, the reflective practice is really important in youth work because so much of our work is reliant on that human connection, that work with young people. So we have a whole range of different tools that are available, and they have been built into the guide. But what is most important is the process itself. And what we want is professional reflection to occur. It can occur through coaching sessions. It can occur through supervision between a manager and a youth worker. It can occur during group staff meetings with groups of youth workers, or indeed individual reflection time. It might be a written activity that a youth worker undertakes. The process itself is important because what we want to do is we want to activate change. We want to actually create change in our own practice and continue that lifelong learning. And we also want to move that code of ethical practice off the wall in our youth centre or off the shelf, and we want it to be a living document. We want it to actually be relevant and current to the work that we're doing with young people. So the aim of this practical resource is to help that reflective process. We want to really underpin our code of ethical practice in our everyday work, and then assist us with that decision-making times in the work that we do. All right, so finally, I want to get some engagement from you all because you've been talked at for the last however long. So the first picture, I would like you to tell me, what do you see? You see an old lady, a young lady. Okay, so some of us in the room see an old lady. Now the old lady, you'll see, has a bump on her nose and has a smile down here, and she has a ruffle around her chin. Can everyone see the old lady now? No, we've still got some nose. Okay, so the long hair of the old lady is surrounding the eye. If you are still seeing the young lady's ear is actually the old lady's eye. Can you now? Yes, I've got some nods now. Okay, so now some of us can see the old lady automatically, some of us can see the young lady. And what about the second picture? Who can see a duck? Yes? Who can see a bunny or a rabbit? Okay, so what is the point of this question? The point is that we have diversity in this room. Yeah? That we each come with our own lived experiences. We each come with our own sets of values and beliefs. We can actually incorporate all of that into our reflective practice. We can listen to our colleagues, to other youth workers. We can listen to our young people. We can consider the situation from a whole range of different perspectives, and that will all help us to move forward in our work and to ensure that we are always considering the whole situation, not just from our own perspective. So I'm hopeful that you are all in this room committed to continuing the learning process, and that this manual will be a real practical resource for you. Thank you.